I know where there's some, right here in the hall, clerk.
No, Molly, not in there. I have enough.
Okay, I'm starting to pull the gears off. One thing I want to do is, you can see why, well, maybe you can't. It's really hard to see, I suppose. But the top of this, where the old oil was, is just gummy with caked, dried old oil, which again makes me think this clock has never been cleaned. But as I take these off, I want to make sure that nothing else is going to spring away from them. It isn't going to pop apart in the cleaner, and I won't know how to put it back together. And this video will also be a good reminder of how this goes back together. Now this is where two gears are intertwined, right here. And you kind of have to pull them at the same time until you can get this one out. And this one should come. Oh, and its shaft. Okay. And then this one. Oh, this is the shaft that holds the dials. So that's okay. One more down here. That one doesn't come off. Okay. This bit right here, and I think this is the alarm rattler. This is the thing that goes buzz when it rattles, or when the alarm goes off. That's one piece. Goes in the tank. And this, there's a spring. This is the spring I was pushing down on when I was taking that round nut off. And there's a spring, there's a washer and a spring. I'll put the spring in here. I don't want to lose that washer, so I'll put it right there for the moment. And then I can't, this gear, this last gear appears to be on there, fastened. So in that case, what I'll do is I'll give this piece a bath separately, and that will clean these two because I can't get them free from one another. This one, oh, there's another washer. So it's washer, spring, washer on here. I have to pay attention to that. Oh, two springs. Okay. So two springs on the bottom, or two washers on the bottom, and then the spring, and then a washer on top. So I'll have to remember that. Okay. I'll give this a bath separately. Should be okay. So everything is in here. I'll put the lid on. There. Set the time and start. I'll probably cycle this 4 or 5 times just to get them clear. Okay. Everything has been cleaned in the ultrasonic cleaner and given a little alcohol bath here. The alcohol will drive off whatever remaining water there is in the parts, particularly down in the movements. And then we'll just quickly evaporate. So that should work pretty well. Alcohol, 91% isopropyl in this case. Everything looks pretty good. Let this all air dry and then reassemble it with a little bit of oil where oil belongs. All right. Well, as far as I know, there it is. All the gears are in the places I took them out of. The next piece is to put this part back on. And that's going to involve fitting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these things into their appropriate places up here. And that's going to take me, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes. I don't know. It can't be easy. It can't be easy. So I will turn the video off right now and come back when I think I've got this back on to here where it belongs. Okay. We seem to have a clock. What I'll do is put a plug on the end of this and see if the motor spins, etc. I've put a plug on the end of the line, put the light bulb back in. I did not put the hands or anything back in yet because I want to make sure the motor spins, which is right here. I did put the spin to start wheel on, and it spins the motor as it should. So that's a good sign. Silent alarm seems to not be jamming anything up. I'll put it on silent. And I will plug this in and turn it on, and we'll see if we can get the motor to go for us. And what you're keeping your eye on is this big phenolic gear right here, and this guy, this is the rotor of the motor right there. Okay. And there it goes. Sweet as could be. It's relatively quiet. I think it's very quiet. Cool, and our light bulbs are working. So it looks like we're back in production and have a working clock. What I'll do is let this run for some hours and make sure that the oil that I did put in gets distributed everywhere. But it can just sit right there and run and run and run. I hope. In fact, I'll let it run 24 hours just to make sure that it is functioning okay. But my expectation is that it is functioning okay. One side question I have for myself, this is brass, as is the other knob, and how much should I clean these up? Should I make them shiny brass? I don't think so. It's a 100-year-old clock at this point, approaching 100 years old. Same thing with the pointer. The pointer is brass for the alarm, as is the nut that goes on it. So I think I'll just give them a little tiny buffing so that they're slightly shinier, and then leave it at that. I don't want them to be burnt new brass color. The piece that carries the alarm pointer that you set the alarm with is shiny already. I don't think it's brass. I think it's steel with some kind of coating on it. So it's shiny enough as it is. So we'll let this set and run for 24 hours. Or I'll come back in 24 hours and see if it's still running. But so far, I feel okay about it.
The makers of Johnson's Wax.